Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. Someone out there is holding their breath, hoping you fail. Make sure they suffocate. Definition: a hater is someone so spiritually bankrupt they have to feast on your downfall to feel full. But their breath, their expectations, have no authority over your outcome. Someone out there is holding their breath, hoping you fail. Make sure they suffocate. Let's talk about what that really means, because it's more than just a savage quote. It's a spiritual law. You don't owe your silence to people who secretly want to see you crash. And trust me, they're out there, watching, waiting, refreshing your page, lurking in the shadows of your life, not to support, but to study, just in case they can catch a slip, a stumble, a reason to call your power an accident. There are people who never liked you, not because of anything you did, but because of what you represent. You represent someone who didn't stay stuck, someone who didn't bow, someone who didn't fake it to be accepted. And that's threatening. You didn't play small, and so now they're watching every move, hoping the next one will finally be the mistake they've been praying for. But here's where it gets fun. You don't give them the satisfaction. Every time you keep going, they choke. Every level up is a punch to their narrative. Every post, every win, every pivot, every time you speak your truth with your chest, you tighten their throat. Why? Because you're living proof that their excuses are just that, excuses. You expose the lie. You remind them what they could be doing, but aren't. And some people would rather watch you fall than face their own stagnation. So yeah, they're holding their breath. But they'll die waiting. Because your growth? It's non-negotiable. You didn't come this far to quit because of a whisper. You didn't crawl through hell, heal the curses, cut the cords, cry in silence, build your platform, sharpen your sword, just to hand it all over to someone praying for your downfall. And let's be clear, this isn't about revenge. This is about proof. Proof that no one's projections have power unless you let them. Proof that every evil eye, every curse, every lie, every betrayal, every attempt to sabotage your reputation failed. Because the hand of God is heavier than any hater's hope. And when you're chosen, when you're assigned, when you walk with divine instruction, you don't just survive, you thrive. You win louder. Now here's the part they don't tell you. There's a spiritual protocol to this. Because if you don't clear the energy, you'll start performing for your haters instead of your higher calling. You'll post for them, move for them, prove for them. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone living in the cheap seats of your life. Let them watch. Let them choke. Let their bitterness rot in their lungs while you build your empire in plain sight. You don't owe them comfort. You don't owe them quiet. You don't owe them fake humility. You owe your soul one thing: obedience to the mission. And here's a truth nobody likes to admit. Sometimes the people praying for your failure were once in your circle. That friend who suddenly disappeared when you launched your brand. That family member who laughs off your dreams. That ex who said you were crazy. That coworker who calls you too much. But it's not you. It's the reflection. Your light reveals what they've buried. Your clarity reminds them of their confusion. Your success shakes their delusion. You don't have to fight them. Just don't stop moving. Keep stacking your wins until their doubt becomes delusion. Until they start convincing themselves you must have sold your soul. Because surely someone like you couldn't just rise like that. But you did. And you will. Because you made a decision to breathe through the hate and walk like you're covered. Let them suffocate on your consistency. Let your results speak the loudest. When they talk behind your back, make sure that by the time they turn around, you've already lapped them. You don't need revenge. Your work ethic is lethal enough. Your elevation is the pressure. Your obedience is the clapback. Someone is holding their breath hoping you fail. Make sure they pass out. Because you're here for impact, for legacy, for kingdom-level plays. And while they're busy watching your next move, you're 10 steps ahead, unlocking doors they don't even know exist. You're not playing the same game anymore. You're playing God's game. So breathe deep, move big, speak truth, and let the ones watching fall short of oxygen. You're not here to accommodate their comfort. You're here to fulfill your assignment. This was just the surface. Inside the School of Soul Vault, I go all in. No filters, no fluff. Monthly access to the real teachings that change your life. You in or what?